Joy had a little bar in there that I felt like hit me right here in the heart, okay? She was like, little booties matter, put this on a platter. And I was like, ooh, that girl making a song, okay? They matter. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video, another review for Ready to Love Season 3, Episode 8. Y'all. I enjoyed this episode. I mean, it wasn't like, a lot going on, but it was just enough to give us some context. And y'all know I was right about what I said last week about Simone and Brian. Yup, I was right. Who said they was going home? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought somebody who ain't know something said something. But anyway, you guys, let's just get into this episode and let's just get into it, okay? So anyway, everybody meets up and Tommy tells them all that they're going to have an old school H-Town barbecue, okay? And from what I understand, that's a good thing because, the food they was having was not so good, okay? So they happy. They excited. They about to have some real good seasoned food, okay? Because Winter said the food wasn't seasoned. I'm just saying. So I guess they excited that they about to really eat, okay? So Kafani and Adriana over there eating breakfast, okay? And they talking. And then you got Denise over there in the corner like, She in her feelings, y'all. She definitely in her feelings. She said that Kafani is still her number one, but two can play that game. And I'm like, it's not a game, girl. It's not a game, okay? You need to either make your connection with somebody else. Like, why you over there worried about what he's doing when you supposed to be worried about Anthony who's sitting in front of you? Just saying. But anyway, so Denise decided that she gonna go talk to Anthony now, okay? Because she feeling some type of way about Adriana and Kafani over there talking, okay? So they gonna go, talk and sit down and chit-chat or whatever the case may be. She's like, if Kafani's gonna let somebody come in and scoop me up, well, then that's his loss. And I'm like, exactly. That's how it should be, Denise. Don't sit there and, be all over that man. If that man not all over you, ain't no point in you, trying to go after him, okay? Now, if Anthony wants to give you the attention that you deserve, then let him give you that attention and you better take it and eat it all up, okay? She thinks that it's all about fighting for your love, And I'm like, I get it. I definitely get it. And if Kafani's not going to fight for you, then girl, you need to let it go. Let it go. Period. Okay? So anyway, when Denise was talking to Anthony, we discovered that Denise actually was in Essence magazine. And I'm like, ooh, I would love to see that. So I'm gonna have to go look it up for y'all and let y'all know what that's about, okay? I'm gonna go look it up. I'll let y'all know. Anyway, it makes sense because her style, I like her style. She always just looks well put together. It's different, it's fun, it's fresh. I like it. Anyway, she says that she moved from Houston to New York with $200 and 3 bags. Okay, she's like, I gotta make something of myself. I gotta be somebody. I gotta go somewhere. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. But anyway, Anthony is like, I love it. Like, I love her go with the flow energy. Like, jump out there, take a chance. And he's, eating it all up, okay? He says that he's never met anyone like her, okay? Her personality, he says it's a lot of things about her that he, he's starting to understand and get to know. And he's feeling Denise. And I'm just like, Denise, I like Denise when Denise is open, playful, fun. I just need her to stop being possessive and focus all on Kafani. There's no reason to be all focused on Kafani when you got all these men around you, girl. All these men around you. So I'm glad that you took the time and gave some of that energy to Anthony. Just saying. Now anyway, y'all over there, Joy and Jay, okay? They having a date, okay? Now this date, was a nice date, okay? I'm gonna have to do a video on the best dates, but anyway, they doing wine testing. They got the cheese, okay? They sitting down, they testing the wine and everything. It's cute. I like it, okay? Now, asked Joy, what kind of wine would he be? She says you would be like, a full body red wine with hints of chocolate notes. And I said, ooh, yeah, okay. She said, I'm gonna put you on the shelf. He was like, but you gotta take me down and, sip me every now and then. I was like, okay. Sip me every now and then. Okay, so then she asks him what kind of wine she would be. He says very Afrocentric, a limited edition, maybe like 12 bottles. And wrong answer. She's like, 12 bottles. It's supposed to be one bottle. It's only one me. Make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. He like, okay, yeah. I mean, one bottle. I'm like, this poor Jake just can't get the answers right the whole time, okay? He got all the wines wrong, okay? So, you know, they decided to do a blind testing, okay? And Joy decides she's gonna go over there and, you know, sit on his lap. And pour the wine down his throat, okay? And I was like, ooh, this is intense, okay? It was very sensual. It was very sexual. It was very intense, y'all. I loved it, okay? I was like, oh, look at them making a connection. Look at them all, you know, lovey-dovey or whatever. So he loses because he can't obviously figure out what the wine is. And, you know, he has to give her a kiss, okay? A kiss right here, but that's not enough for Joy. No, not enough. He has to give her another one to match it on this side. And then somehow, some way, y'all, we end up on the lips. And I mean, it was a kiss, okay? It was like a, you know, it was a kiss, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It was take your drawers off type of kiss, okay? He said, look at you getting me all tipsy, trying to take advantage of me. I said, that's what's happening, okay? Y'all know when the wine start flowing, so does the blood. So does the blood, okay? She says, I might just have to, you know, take advantage of you. He's, ooh, I'm gonna clutch my pearls. Y'all, I was like, I wonder if they, you know, make some things happen. But, you know, I don't know if they're going to tell us they did or show us if they did, but I wonder. Because after that scene, somebody, somewhere should have got laid. Was it you? Oh, just saying. Anyway. So now Adriana and Rasheed go on a nice little outing, okay? And they taking Polaroid pictures. And I mean, they like snapping it up. I mean, it's really cute. It's fun. It's exciting. I'm just like, I can really see them together. I just need them to make it happen, okay? They talking about how many kids they want. He asked her how she would feel about being a bonus mom. She's like, I'm all for it, okay? I'm that mom, okay? I'm going to be having a shirt on. I'm going to be yelling. I'm going to be screaming. That's my child. That's my baby in a stance, okay? She is all for it. And I was like, I love it, okay? Because I'm that mother, okay? I'm the one that's always loud. When my baby was at her graduation, even though it was for kindergarten, I was sitting there like, yeah, baby, yeah. Being extra, okay? So I get it. And the fact that she's willing to, you know, accept his son is even better. I'm like, I like them. But she says she's scared because when she starts feeling like this, it starts to feel like it's too good. And that's the problem with a lot of us sometimes, that we pull away when we should be going forward, okay? Sometimes it feels too good to be true, and then sometimes it is just that good, okay? Okay. So, Simone goes to talk to Edwin. Y'all, she sits down and she starts talking to Edwin, and she's like, you know, I like the fact that you're in law enforcement. I like these things about you. And she starts badgering him with questions. I mean, like, badgering him. The man can't even answer one question before she starts asking another question. And then she decides to tell him that he doesn't feel the way he feels, especially when it comes to the incident with his father. Like, oh, your father lives right in Houston and you wasn't upset that he didn't come to your games. Everyone's like, first of all, she's rubbing me wrong with all these questions, okay? I said what I said, okay? Basically, okay, he worked through those issues and you trying to bring him back up for what? Okay, you went to counseling, or was it couples counseling? I'm gonna need Simone to just chill out. Girl, you can't be badgering that man with all the questions like that and then not even giving him the chance to answer a question. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you want to know something, then you should allow somebody to explain it to you, and then stop trying to tell them how they feel about something isn't how they really feel. Simone. Y'all, I'm telling you, me and Simone be like this. We be up and down, okay? We just be up and down with me and Simone, okay? But anyway, she's like, the dating me and the lawyer me is the same. I'm going to ask the questions either way. And Edwin's like, well, and then I'll decide if I want to answer. Edwin, you ain't even got to answer, because all you got to say is, well, and she's going to cut you off anyway. The same way she kept doing Rasheed when they was on a date. She just kept butting in. Won't even give them a chance to talk. That's why Rasheed just went in for the kiss, because at that moment, he knew he wasn't going to be able to get nowhere with the conversation. Just my opinion. They all at the dinner table, y'all, and I don't understand. Okay, so they start talking about how Brian can't never answer a question Can't never answer a question straightforward. He always got to have some type of way around it, And Alex is over there like, I think I done shot myself in the foot with Brian because now everybody's going to think I'm Brian's girl, and I don't want that. I want to find love, and he ain't it, okay? So now they all at the table, and they bust a beat, okay? They bust a beat, and they start freestyling. So Brian goes first, and that's okay. It's cool, whatever, because he can't rap. Okay, it is what it is. But Joy, y'all, Joy had a little bar in there that I felt like hit me right here in the heart, okay? She was like, little booties matter, put this on a platter. And I was like, ooh, that girl making a song, okay? They matter, okay? Us little booties, we matter, y'all, okay? It's not always about the big booty Judies. It's not always about the big booty Judies. Okay? So then Alex busts out of her freestyle, and she like, I like Brian, but I also like Rasheed. And it was like, oh, Alex was like, let me get this out here right now, because y'all not about to kick me out this house thinking I only want to date Brian. That's not it, okay? I like Rasheed too. And Brian's like, it was a good one. It was a good one. I bet it was, Brian. I bet it was. So Rasheed and Simone are talking, and y'all, I don't know how I felt about this conversation, and I don't know if it's because I'm a married woman, okay? Simone basically says to Rasheed that she likes the fact that he's been married before because he knows what not to do in this one. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I get it, okay? But it kind of seemed like she felt like, oh, I'm going to let another woman put in all the work, get the man where he need to be, and then I'm going to scoop in, and I'm going to pick up where it left off, and I'm going to have the better version of that man. And I don't know if that's what, I don't know if the married me just felt some type of way, because I'm like, after all the 10 years that woman I put into that man, you basically sitting there kind of celebrating his divorce. I don't know. I could be reaching, y'all. I could be reaching, but that's what I got from it, and that's how I felt, and I can't help the way that I felt, okay? But I do understand that what they were trying to get across. The marriage didn't work, obviously, and he did become a better man, so why not, just snag him up. It seemed like she looking for the divorced man so she don't have to put in the work. That's just my opinion. Don't be mad at me. That's just my opinion. Now, so Edwin and Joy go for a walk. Now, they're talking about, his struggles with PSTD. And, he's talking about how this morning he broke down and things like that. And, when Joy's talking to him, I can tell that she feels a little reserved when it comes to Edwin, just a little bit, because she's talking about how she put in a hard work to, become whole and to deal with all the things that she dealt with. And I'm thinking, it feels like she thinks Edwin may need to do some more healing. I don't think Edwin has dealt with his trauma completely to be whole to join forces with someone else, because I feel like at the end of the day, Joy's not going to always want to talk about your struggles, okay? Sometimes you're going to have to let loose, have fun, and just be open. Everything can't be so deep. But with Edwin, every time they talk to each other, it just seems like, he's just bringing up, some of the issues and some of the things that he dealt with in the past, and it's becoming a repeated cycle. That's just my opinion. But the way Joy handles it is so genuine, and he even sees it. He's like, oh, I just love how you genuinely, see me for who I am, and you want me to be better. And I'm just like, yeah, but you gotta get better in order to be with someone, okay? You can't still be working on you trying to be with someone who already worked on themselves, because now it's gonna be like, well, Dag, I dealt with my stuff, I dealt with my stuff, I'm better, I'm ready, and you still trying to get there. No, we can't still be trying to get there. We got to be there, okay? This is ready for love, and we need to be ready to love, okay? And I feel like Edwin is starting to, maybe come off to me like he may need some more, therapy, some more help, some more, ways to get through it, to deal with it. But he does say that, men have been taught to not, show their emotions. And he's been on a platform where he's going to do that. And I applaud you, because it is true, especially black men have been taught not to show their emotions, but we have to show the emotions. But we also have to understand that we have to deal with those emotions and be set in those emotions and move forward. I feel like sometimes Edwin is stuck in that emotion, and I need him to get out of it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, so Winter and Anthony are walking, okay? And and Jay walks up and he's like, how come every time I see you with my girl? And I'm like, well, you might want to, spend some more time with your girl then, because obviously every time you see her, she with Anthony. That should tell you something, Jay. That should tell you something. But anyway, he just walks up and give her a hug, and Anthony act like it ain't nothing, okay? So Winston's like, dang, I just want him to fight for me a little bit. Like, be like, no, like, this our time, I got this. And the fact that they just was like hugging, it's like they almost didn't want to, let go of each other. And she's like, I'll see you later. As they walking away, Anthony just seemed content with it. And I'm just like, boy, you better step up and claim what's yours. You should have been like, well, if that's your girl, then why she with me? That's what I said. If that's your girl, then why she with me? Y'all, that's what I was thinking when I saw it. I would have had a snap. I would have had a comeback real quick. Real freaking quick. But anyway, as they're talking about, their connections. And she's asking him, like, I've been straightforward with my connections, so who you connecting with? He says he feeling Denise as well as Winter, but they making it hard. They're making it hard to, to like pick one. He got to pick one, but it's kind of hard because he really feeling both of them. Okay? So Anthony just can't figure out who he want. At the end of the day, he just can't figure out who he want because he's like, I don't want to come on too strong where it's like, oh my God, this man's aggressive, kind of how Denise is. But then he don't want to be friend zone. So he don't know really what to do. And I understand that because it's like, you don't want to be overbearing, but you do want them to know that you like them. And he can't figure it out because he got to go between two different women. Makes sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me, but you better step up, put one ahead of the other and focus. Focus, Anthony, focus, because Winter wants you to choose her, but you not doing it, okay? You just letting everybody walk up and just take her whenever they want. If you want the woman, fight for the woman, okay? If not, then you better go over there and fight for Denise. You better go fight for somebody because everybody's scooping in and taking your women, okay? Jay is scooping, taking Winter, and the Kafani over there scooping in and taking Denise. So you better figure it out, and you better figure it out fast. Just my opinion. But anyway, Brian decides that he's going to go talk to Alex, and I'm just like, oh, Lord, Brian. Alex, he wants to go talk to Alex because he just needs to figure out where the disconnect coming from, okay? As he sits down and starts asking her, she starts to tell him what the problem is, okay? You don't listen. You make fun of everything. Everything's a joke to you. But he, once again, has to cut her off and start talking. She's like, that's what I'm talking about. He thinks that this is charming, and it's not charming, okay? It's aggravating when you're trying to be in debt with someone. She says, I was trying to open up to you, and he's like, when was that? I was like, when she was sitting and talking about the abusive relationship she was in. Where was you at, Brian? I was here, you was here, and you didn't get it? Okay, cool. And then after they talked about it in Tommy's cabin, you still didn't get it? Okay, cool. Like, I just, Brian, make it make sense, Brian. Make it make sense. But anyway, once again, he wants to start joking. And after she finished talking, he's like, is it okay for me to talk now, master? And I'm like, this is exactly what she's talking about. You can't be serious for nothing, okay? You didn't even take in what she said and respond to it. You basically wanted to make another joke, and then you want to tell how to create another joke about how the chicken crossed the road. I'm going to need you to get your life together, okay? This is why you have never been in love as an adult, because you are not basically acting like an adult. You're being childish. You're being immature, okay? You can't have a grown-up conversation, and it makes sense now why you never been in love. Just my opinion, y'all. Just my opinion, based on what we seen. But get him out of here. Brian gotta go. Get him out of here, y'all. So happy that we got the results we got, just saying. But anyway, Simone goes and talks to Scott Foundy because now she's nervous that she's about to get kicked off because she knows she ain't really making no connections with nobody. So she wants to go tell Kafani that she's, she likes him and Rasheed. And I'm sitting here like, but Simone, you haven't been putting any effort with Kafani. Kafani's like, well, I'm gonna just need to see if you're gonna be consistent, because he's been focusing on who's been focusing on him, which is Adriana and Denise. So obviously, where do you fit in, Simone? Since when did you start liking Kafani, Simone? I need you to, let us know, because all this time you haven't really been interested in anyone. You just popped up out of nowhere with Rasheed. So now I'm confused how you just pop up out of nowhere with Kafani. Girl, I need you to figure it out. And figure it out because, well, obviously you ain't figured it out fast enough. Y'all, okay, let me go on. Let me move on. So it's cookout time, y'all. The food, okay, the chicken. Oh my God. Okay, the fat girl in me say, yes, I love it. Give me it all. I want to eat it all right now. Like right now, I need the food. Okay, so I was sitting there like, oh, this is good. Okay, then Edwin come out there and they start chefing it up. I mean, it was delicious. Everybody's excited about the food, and so am I. Okay, you would have thought I was there, but I wasn't. But I'm here for the barbecue, just in case anybody want to have another one. Just invite me. I'm here for the barbecue. But anyway, Tommy pulls Anthony to the side, okay? Because he's like, what's going on? How's your connections going? So Anthony is like, I'm feeling Winter, I'm feeling Denise or whatever. He like, well, you need to pick one. You can't have all three. This not polygamy over here. And he's like, I know. Tommy's like, well, you got to choose one. So then he did bring up the simple fact that they went skinny dipping. He was like, that's a big thing. He was like, it was kind of like a dare or whatever, but that's kind of what put Denise kind of a little bit over the edge, okay? So he was like, asking him about the whole situation with how Denise, deals with Kalfani and has he noticed that, possessive attitude as well. And he's like, no, I never really, got that from her. And he was like, well, different people bring out different things in different people. Basically, tell him like, listen, maybe she's just not into you if she's not acting that way, if she's acted that way over Kafani. So you need to go over there. You need to be, pick one and choose, okay? Because he's telling him like every woman wants to be chosen. And I was like, you better preach it, okay? Every woman definitely wants to be chosen, okay? I'm not about to be running up after you if you ain't even trying to catch me. You need to either choose me or move it on. So he says that he's going, he's going to figure it out. But then he goes talk to Winter. So I'm sitting here like, wait, did you choose Winter? Is that what just happened? Did you choose Winter over Denise? Because that's what it looked like at that moment. But when he goes to talk to Winter, he starts talking about both the girls as a whole to Winter. Winter's like, hold up. Okay, I just want to hear about me. I don't want to hear about nobody else. I just want to hear about me. And once again, Anthony is out there fumbling the bag, y'all. He just fumbling it. And I'm like, listen, you can't go to another woman talking about another woman. Talk about that woman to that woman. Like, what? Anthony. But anyway, Anthony is, trying to make sense of the whole situation, okay? So Winter does tell Anthony that he needs to be more assertive, okay? He needs to, like, you be like, listen, I got this. I'm talking to her right now. Y'all can talk later, okay? With the girls and the guys. Like, don't just let anyone come in and just school me up. If I'm your girl and you want to pursue me, then you need to allow that chance to happen. Don't just be letting anybody come over here and just take what we got going on, okay? I just need you to, show that you want this. And I was like, thank you, when it's a grown woman stuff, okay? Let the man choose you. I'm not about to sit up here and chase after you, okay? You want this or not? Not? Okay, I'm gonna move it on, okay? And I'm just like, I hope Anthony, figures it out because he can have a really good thing. The same way Winter said that, for what I know it may be uncomfortable, but I think it could be great for what we can be. And I was like, ooh, she like him. Yeah, she like him. Even though she like Jay, she like him, okay? Tommy goes and sits down to talk to Alex, y'all. And Alex is just like, I just don't feel like Brian hears me, y'all. Every time I try to talk to him, he just don't hear me. He always joking. He always doing the most, okay? Then he says he's never been in love, and I'm trying to figure out what's that about. And Tommy like, yeah. So I'd have been like, so what you been doing with all this time? Obviously not trying to find love. She's like, it just got me thinking like either he wasn't really looking for love or the people he was dating just didn't see it in him. And I was like, yeah, it got to be one or the other because usually women fall head over heels for men, whether they fall in love with them or not. So if the woman not even checking for you and you're not checking for it, something's wrong. There's a disconnect somewhere, and it's probably because you can't take anything serious. Now, that's just my opinion. But Tommy does tell her, like, listen, if a man wants to change because he loves you that much, he will. And I said, ooh, where's Tommy getting this from? Y'all, he need to go write a book because it's making sense to me, okay? Making real good sense to me. If he's going to change for you, he will change for you. And obviously, you're not enough for him to change for because he's still doing the same exact thing after you done told him what the problem was. Y'all, if he ain't going to fix it, you got to move on. And you can't fix it for him, okay? It's something he has to do for himself. But anyway, after, everyone is at the barbecue and they're talking and everything, they're having a good time or whatever the case, it's time to figure out who's going in the bottom, y'all. I couldn't tell by the way the men were describing the women who was going in the bottom because I felt like it could have been Denise. I didn't really feel at any point it was going to be Simone, so it took me by surprise when Simone actually went home, even though I kind of knew she was going to go home, but I thought after watching this episode it was going to be Alex. Surprisingly, it was Simone, and that was crazy to me because I was like, dang, after watching this episode, I felt like, you know, Alex was the one not really making those connections, okay? Even after Simone had that date with Rasheed, it seemed to be on a good note. Even after them talking, it seemed like to be on a good note. But I guess Rasheed wasn't feeling it, and it was time for Simone to go. I think now, watching it back, it could have been Alex because I think that Rasheed had a better chance with Simone than Alex. But then again, like I told y'all, Rasheed wasn't really feeling Simone. He was just doing that because Adriana was, you know, kicking it with Kafani. But I told y'all that. So anyway, I do like the simple fact that when Alex told Brian that he was the one going home, she handled it with such grace, okay? She was like, I never once downplayed this relationship. I never once downplayed, you know, what we had or whatever the case may be, but we just wasn't, you know, seeing eye to eye. And I was like, that's how you supposed to do it, Naya, okay? You're not supposed to just be like, Chris who, and act like you ain't never know him and you ain't never like him and you don't know nothing about him, okay? That's how you supposed to do it. Y'all, the episode was pretty good, pretty solid, pretty straight to the point. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode because I will be back to react to all your comments later on this week. With all that being said, you guys, I cannot wait till next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.